Bulgaria's Kristian Kostov has had his first rehearsal here at Eurovision 2017. It was dark, mysterious, very much like The Matrix, and we have to talk about it. Are you ready?
Let's do this!
Yes, the 17-year-old star from Bulgaria/Russia has sung his song Beautiful Mess here inside the International Exhibition Center. And I've got to say, they're being very ambitious with their ideas. Sasha Jean-Baptiste has created a digital electro matrix world. It's very much black and white monochrome. It is very sci-fi in a way. And I keep saying the Matrix because I see those black screens, you know, the bold colors, and he's dressed almost like a futuristic fashion model, if that makes sense. The cut is very avant-garde and experimental. I think there's a lot to still work out because this is a technically elaborate performance. He basically has on-screen effects and he syncs with them, and you know, when he's moving, there are things shining out from him. At the moment, it looks a little cartoony at times. I think when it's on the LED, it looks amazing and stunning and very futuristic outer space in a way, even though it's just black. But when it's on the screen, sometimes it doesn't quite work yet. And he's doing things like this, and something's meant to happen, and we're not seeing it here in the press room. So it's hard to give a full assessment because it's not yet done, and also they've not been showing all the performances in the press room owing to technical issues. In any case, I think there is definitely potential here, but at the moment there's still a lot to work on.
Well, before this rehearsal, I would have said that this is hands down the best male ballad of 2017. But I don't know, there was something about it that it seemed to drag during this rehearsal, and the staging itself, it's very well designed, it's very artistic, and we're kind of getting, well, we're not really, my main problem is that we're not getting the full-on dystopian apocalyptic vibes that are present in the song itself and in the music video. Because if you think of the music video, there's people running with flags and there's a lot of stuff happening, but he's just on the stage on his own for the whole performance. There are a few shots that are very effective. He kind of waves his arm and then there's a shower of rain and that spreads out into the audience. But like you were saying, he twinkles his fingers and kind of sparks come out of them, but they look too cartoony.
In theory, everything about this could be a potential Eurovision winner staging. At the moment, it's nowhere near there, it feels like. It feels maybe a top 10 staging, but there's a lot of issues that need to be worked out. We know that the rehearsal was delayed due to technical issues. We don't know what exactly that was. Maybe that's why we didn't see some of those effects that we're expecting to see when he's like holding his hand out. Kristian sounded really good. I thought that actually the like sleeve, it looked like he had like his arm in like a surgical stocking, like he'd broken his wrist or something. But otherwise, he looks really good on camera. He's trying to make the like white little squiggly lines that Francesca Michelin couldn't get to work for Italy last year. And if he does make it work, then I think it will be stunning. And actually the floor is probably my favourite point of this, because like he steps and the shadows fall out from around him. Very much like Nina Sublati when the sparks were coming out from her feet when she was doing Warrior. So there's definitely good elements there. Right now it's not all pulled together, but I think the Bulgarian team definitely have a lot of positives to take from this. I just want to see it when it's all together, really.
So much ambition here, and I like the lack of color. You know, we talk about how we loved all the bright colors and all these other acts, Switzerland earlier this morning, for instance, but it's interesting to go this dark. There are not many performances that I can think of that are this black monochrome. Sure, you had Loic a few years ago, but that had a lot of white. This really doesn't have that much white. It's very dark. And it's interesting because he is this fresh-faced, bright 17-year-old, and then the very dark background, and again, he's futuristic. So as a package, it's quite stirring, as you say, minimalist in execution, and yet very technical and very complicated. There's a lot going on, and yet it's still crisp. Let's just hope they figure out these on-screen effects, because I think that's going to make or break this in many ways, because right now it's not, it's almost distracting me from the rest of the performance.
I think there's a few camera cuts as well, because there's moments where it pans out a bit too far, and because he's so young and he is, you know, he's so slender in a way, it makes him look very young, and it almost starts to look a bit junior Eurovision at times. That was the word. When we first saw a little bit of it, I was like, this is really junior Eurovision. It is an adult song, and it is an adult performance actually in the end, but there's a few cuts where you're like, you just tighten it up a little bit. And he also has like that earthquake effect thing.
Yes.
That really works, I think. Somebody else tried it, but I can't remember.
It made me a little dizzy, to be honest, where the camera shakes, and I almost thought that's not yet perfected. They're doing something different because it was too jarring, like seizure-like, and not seismic, more seizure.
But I think it's very fitting that you mentioned Loic Noté, because I remember watching his rehearsal in 2015 and we were all very underwhelmed. But then by the time he made it to the semi-final and again in the grand final, he blew everyone away.
We thought he'd win.
Yeah.
So I think it's the same with Kristian, because he has the voice, he has the song, he has the stage presence, he has the staging, it just needs to be tweaked. Because I think potentially he's a top 3 but in the final. And I still think he's definitely going to the final, but if it was the same performance as we saw just now, it's top 10 in the final rather than top 3.
Yes, I agree. This is definitely going to the final. It could go as it is right now because it's still sleek and so much more polished than so many of the acts we've seen. But what's important is where he will go in the final, because this has potential to climb. I'm going to stop repeating what you just said because I feel the same way. In any case.
Yeah, I just think it has winner level staging. I think that this is the first time where if it all comes together, I could see it as a Eurovision winner.
That's what we think. What do you think? Are you excited to see the full monochrome rehearsal? Let us know here on wiwibloggs.
And if you want to keep up with the beautiful mess of wiwibloggs all day, all night, subscribe.
And please like and share the video as well and help join this beautiful... Yes, we're not a mess.
We'll see you later.
Bye.